He got aviators on? No joke. No joke. First thing you notice, man. It's too funny.
Because I wasn't wearing my shades?
Yeah. He was like, what?
Oh, snap.
Come on, son.
My bad.
After just coming at me.
All that
Coming
shit.
at me.
All that.
Y'all need to relax because the show just started.
So-
And y'all already acting out.
It's all Larry, man. That's all I know.
Fool.
All right. Anyway, this is that One Piece talk. My name is Larry,
Lawrence.
Seb.
and this is that One Piece talk where we talk One Piece. I do want to give a major shout out to everybody that's been following us on TikTok. Our followers have exploded a little bit, and subscribers as well. You guys have been doing a fantastic job subscribing. The YouTube algorithm is a little bit weird, so if you don't mind, please like the video. It greatly supports our channel. Also, we have so many people in the live chat already, and I want to say big shout out to Monkey D. Huga, big shout out to Javian, and big shout out to Ozd Phenom. I know you guys have religiously been watching our TikTok videos and also our YouTube videos, and we just want to say thank you. So, thank you.
Right on, right.
Say thank you too, guys.
We were
in the
literally
mouth of-
in unison,
About to say
burping or coughing, like at the
Yeah.
same time.
And then about to say something.
Yeah.
It's a sign of disrespect
This is
in a Japanese household.
This is where
It was a disrespectful.
the impatience thing is coming.
Why are you
in.
guys talking about my patience?
Yo,
You don't have any.
exactly.
I just want to
Okay.
say thank you
Yes,
to
thank you.
everyone who's been watching and following and liking. We appreciate it. We really do.
Much love.
Yeah.
Right on, right on.
Sebastian usually oils up his chest after every episode in thanks.
This episode, I did it beforehand. And eventually this sweater is coming off.
Stop it.
Marv, you want to see that?
So we already did an episode like that. We already did that last time.
We did.
But it was
Yeah,
Larry.
we talked about
But it was
that.
Larry.
Yeah.
We was lubed up.
We were.
I was not.
I was lubed up.
Coming with the lube. No.
Taco meat was just out.
Taco meat. All right. Let's get this show on the road. It's episode 26. We did pass episode 25, so that is a long time. No, a lot of episodes. We never thought we would have been here.
No.
But look at us now.
Hey. Look at us.
Look at
us
Who
now.
would have thought?
Who would have thought? Yeah, so let's get to it. We're not going to go off into the chapter like that. We'll just go straight into it. So my question to you, right? Let me put this right here so I can see. Last time we checked on Momonosuke, he was trying to conjure his own like fire clouds, right? To prevent the island from falling. But it looks like he's given up on that, and now he's trying to pull the island by grabbing the fire clouds that Kaido made, and it looks like he's trying to bring it to a closer or safer spot. Are you satisfied with this outcome, or would you have liked to seen him conjure up his own clouds? And we'll start with Lawrence.
It's a different approach. You could look at it this way, that he's adapting to the situation because he doesn't have a lot of time, right? Understand? So it's like, all right, me trying to, because also too, him doing his own clouds, are they really going to be as strong as Kaido's?
That's true.
So it's like, all right, I can't do this. Can my clouds compete with his? So it's like, all right, what's the next best thing I can do in a situation, because time is decreasing. It's getting closer and closer. What can I do? All right, I could grab his clouds. Oh, I can do that. So now he's trying to move it. And I think he's also switching to where, like, he's at least hold it or stop it, you know? So, like, maybe hold it up. He's trying to figure out what to do with the minimal time he has left. So it's showing that he's adaptability and he's thinking. Like, you know, he's not trying to one thing that's clearly not working. So, yeah.
All right. What about you, Seb?
Yeah, like Lawrence said, I like the adaptability. I didn't like the creation of the flame clouds for himself in general, so I'm glad they moved past that, because it wouldn't have been believable for him to, like Lawrence said, create clouds that can match what Kaido's doing. For him to even be able to create the clouds after having being able to be in a dragon's form like this for as as short a period of time as he's like had it at this size, you know, like to be creating clouds that can hold Onigashima up, it was kind of far-fetched for me in the first place. I don't know if I like the pulling though either, because you know me, I'm all for the visual of Momonosuke like holding the island up over the flower capital to like parallel the Odin thing with in the pot. So like this is like him not doing that either. So
Yeah.
like anything that gets away from him doing that, it's like whatever. I'm not a big fan of it, but I wasn't mad at him being adaptable though. Like him grabbing the clouds and moving it, that works. But how long will it work? Because they were already talking about how the clouds were dispersing in the first place. So like
That's true.
How feasible is this a thing that he can do that's going to prevent it from happening in the first place? So I mean, Oda I guess has to explain a little bit more for me, but I like this better than him creating the clouds. I just don't like it better than him holding up Onigashima himself.
Yeah, I want him to switch to that
Yeah.
eventually.
That's what I want.
Yeah, I feel the same way as you both. I think I'm more on the side of I already thought that Wano was everybody being power scaled. So if I seen Momonosuke get power scaled to like conjure clouds to lift this island, I would have been complaining, bro. Like I would have been like, yo, this is so dumb. Like, how does he know how to do this already? What makes him be able to do this already? Does him being 28 years old mean that he could just do things that Kaido does with no experience with his devil fruit? Like, it started to make me feel like I really don't want this to happen. If he was to hold up the island, right? It's like you said. I wanted to signify Odin holding up the scabbards. But I would have liked to see Momonosuke probably step on his little conjure clouds, wrap his body around the bottom of the rock, and hold it in place until like Luffy got done beating Kaido, and then probably somehow learned how to like gently bring it
Ease
down.
it down.
Yeah. But
That'd be cool.
it's weird though. So what do you guys think? You think that he's bringing it somewhere else, or is he like slowly dragging it down? Because from what it looks like, we can't really tell if he's like pulling it away or he's pulling it down.
When I thought he was pulling it away, like he's dragging it like away from where it was going. So like it's still slowly descending, obviously, but it's like it's gonna descend going this way versus just going straight down onto the capital. So maybe he'll get it to like a area where there's not as many people. I'm trying to think if there's a deserted region of Wano that they could land it on to make it so nobody dies from the impact of it falling. I can't remember if there is one or not. Was it Ringo, Kibi, Udon? I can't remember all of them. But like,
It's impressive you even got to 4 because I can't get to 1. I literally just said the capital.
yeah, so there's a couple regions of Wano that if he's bringing it to one of the ones that's just uninhabited, which is possible because they had wasteland. So like he could do that, like where that desert was, where Luffy and Zoro met up. Like if he could land it there, and I don't know how possible that is. I don't know how far it was. I don't think Wano is as crazy. It's not like Alabasta size, where like they had a full day's journey to get from one city to another kind of thing. Like Odin ran from wherever his castle was, Odin Castle, to the flower capital in like 30 minutes or something. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So like it's not like it would be impossible for him to, if he makes some slight progress and land it somewhere else. I want the flower capital a part of it though.
Yeah.
Like I want the citizens to be in terror. I want them to see, there's a giant dragon holding up Onigashima above us, and there's apparently the highest scale battle that we've ever seen happening up there, and we didn't know at all. Like I want that. I want that visual, and I've been waiting for it. And I'm like, every time they cut the Momo, I'm like, yo, bet it's happening, and it doesn't happen. I'm like, that.
You know what I noticed too about the Onigashima itself? That the numbers that we've seen are as big as oars in Thriller Bark. So I'm thinking like them being on the bottom floor of Onigashima, how big must this like castle be at this point? Because like it's a skull, like it's somebody else's skull. So was this skull in somebody else's like previous era, and does that mean that era was more dangerous than what we're experiencing now? Because if so, then that leads to the theory about what you said, right, with Ryuma, where he might have had higher like competition overall because of his environment being tougher, and it like adds more credence to like Ryuma probably being this strong dude that we didn't really consider until a couple days ago.
Yeah.
So it's like
Bro.
pretty impressive that like even Oars himself can look small inside there.
Right.
And it's crazy. Oh, so I want to ask you guys this.
For scale.
I think. What do you think about Momonosuke's next time we see him in his actual adult form? When do you think we see that? And we start with Sebastian.
So
This is obviously a question I didn't have in the notes. But
I
it just came
think
up.
it has to be the next time Momo sees Kaido, because there's like 3 people specifically that Kaido has been like teetered toward, like to and from in this arc. Actually 4 if I want to count Zoro, but it's like it's Luffy, it's Yamato, and it's Momonosuke. Momonosuke's whole journey has been like, yo, I want to fight and defeat Kaido, right?
Yeah.
And like he saw him in the dragon form, he's like, who are you and stuff, and like say your name. Like he needs to do it again. To me, I mean, he doesn't need to, but like I would like for him to have that face-to-face meeting with Kaido when he's grown up, so Kaido can see like this is what this person was gonna be like, right? So like, I think that's when we'd see it again, is when he comes face-to-face with Kaido, whether that's him losing, Luffy losing again or whatever. I think it would have to be with Kaido that we'll see the non-silhouetted actual Momo and Kaido.
All right. What about you, Law?
That's a good point Sebastian bring out. I was thinking, obviously it has to be after the whole unusual falling, because he's not going to hold it up, human form, that way. I was
very
actually
true.
thinking after the climax of everything. After everything settles, we see him then and then go from adult to back to his original form. So I was thinking after everything's said and done, maybe party with adult version of Momonosuke. I don't know. Like pretty much, he starts drinking sake. I'm old enough. I don't know. Pretty much, but I pictured it after everything is said and done.
Okay. Yeah, I agree too. I think that's when we see him. I think it has to be versus Kaido as well. Kaido has to see him in his adult form. Like, he can't be silhouetted for no reason. Usually people who are silhouetted, we're going to see immediately or sooner, except for, like, Green Ball. Yo, Odin was silhouetted for, like...
He was silhouetted
Yo,
for the
yeah.
entirety of Wano until, what was that, chapter 9?
He was silhouetted, like, 4 times before we
like that.
actually saw who he was. That's what's crazy. All right, so let's go into the beefy part of the chapter, right? Because it's
Good play on words.
yeah, like it's the cuisine of the chapter. No, go. What did you want to say?
I want to show. Did y'all see Onigushima? Like when
Onigushima?
Onigushima.
Onigushima?
you know I can't pronounce.
Country as hell, boy.
No, you see this page here, right?
Yeah.
You see it in the outwards right
You
here,
see
right?
it.
You see me pressing it. Yeah.
Right? So I'm thinking you're talking about where you said landing. I'm trying to think.
What are you talking about?
Next
In
to
the latest chapter, you
Yeah.
can see like a hilltop, like where Momo's kind of pulling it.
yeah.
And Lawrence is saying,
okay.
where is that towards? I guess that's what your question is, right?
Yeah, because we're talking about where it lands. Because it's not doesn't look like you see it on a
Is that
small
Odin
scale.
Castle? Is that where Odin
It
Castle
looks like
was?
Odin Castle.
I don't know.
He looks like he's bringing it to
Kaido
Odin
destroyed
Castle.
it though. He destroyed Odin Castle, so it can't be Odin Castle.
all
I don't know.
All right, whatever.
That would be wild though.
All right, so let's go into the cuisine of the chapter.
Okay.
I'm just gonna stop making.
Stop making
Cuisine.
My bad.
save the food puns for Sanji.
My bad. All right, so we now see Queen has all of the abilities of the Vinsmoke brothers, besides Reiju, his sister, because his sister is actually a devil fruit user.
Yeah.
And I didn't realize that until recently. Yeah, she has a devil fruit, bro.
So originally they said it wasn't a devil fruit, but then like in an SBS or a Vivid Card or whatever, it was confirmed that she's a devil fruit user.
So the poison?
Yeah, so her
So
You know how
poison.
there's 2 devil fruits for everything? Like there's 2 poison fruits, I guess. I don't know what hers was exactly, but
Then what's her?
What's her ability?
Yeah, because
It's probably just enhanced bone structure and. the
no,
ability
she doesn't
to
have one.
recover.
She was like born before they got they got the cert. Like
All right, so we might not know what it actually is, but I always assumed that she was also a failure in some form because she had feelings.
no, but Judge never did the stuff with her the way he did with them. Like she was pregnant with the 4 kids, but Reiju was already born, and then Judge tried to turn like while she was pregnant with them, she tried to augment them.
Okay.
So like she was already born. I assume he didn't try it because she's a girl.
All right.
That was my assumption.
So basically, Queen uses Spark and Valkyrie, Henry Blazer, Winch Guillotine, and Stealth Black. How impressive is Queen? Let's start with Seb.
Queen was going all out, man. I love to see it. Like, we always talked about for the longest, like, we wanted Sanji to fight all his brothers on Whole Cake Island and his dad.
Yeah.
And, like, it's just taken super long, but he's essentially doing it now with fighting Queen, who's, like, an added level because he's a freaking ancient Zohan, like, billion-dollar bounty person. Like, he's a stronger version of what that would have looked like, right? So, like, I love it. Like I love, you know me, I love versatility in my fights, and Queen is just presenting option upon option upon option to fight and hurt people with. It's not as elite as I would like it to be. Like I don't think I got anything crazy like elite from Queen in this chapter, which I was hoping for. But I do like the versatility. You know, like even him going invisible, I wasn't expecting that. When he did it, I was like, oh snap! Like what? And then he's just like super fat, so it's like he can make noise anyway. Like he's invisible. It's stupid. I like Queen. He's still durable. He's having these added methods to hurt people is great. I liked it.
All right. What about you, Lo?
I agree with Sebastian, and it looks like he keeps adding to his repertoire. Or he keeps
His
fighting.
repertoire. I like that word. That's a good word.
He keeps trying to grow and make like pretty much like to give himself more variations of different things to have that he could have in his arsenal to use against people. Be it science, be it biological warfare, whether it's with poison. He's trying to make himself that he's all around like a jack of all trades when it comes to combat.
Queen of all trades.
Queen. Yeah, pretty much queen of all trades when it comes to like combat, where he could kind of come at you in any which direction to be a valuable asset for a large scale war or even on one-on-one. So like he keeps adding stuff to it. So that's
Speak them facts, Lawrence. Damn.
Queen out here.
Listen, I've said it before. I'll say it again. He's the most impressive beast pirate by far, and it's not close. Like you could think King is doing his thing, and he's acting as a first commander. Like he's acting of that strength level. But when I tell you, how much is he really making a difference on the battlefield in comparison to Queen? Like if Queen and King are at Marineford war, who's going to do more destruction to the other side? Or are we talking King or are we going to be talking Queen? In this point, it's Queen all the way. Like he can put it this way, he can go invisible and then he can start setting his virus on the Marines.
Yeah, the ice on these.
And be on the other side of the island. And unless somebody has observation to predict where he is or to find out where he is, you're not going to know. And then he can just start, doing his lightning and doing his eye beams. He's shooting lasers out of his eyes. Like, are you serious? Like, he's a dinosaur. Like, what am I talking about? He's basically Mechagodzilla. So it's like, when you look at him from this aspect, and then you consider his durability factor, and is it as impressive as Kings and Queens? I mean, King and Jacks. And I have to say, yes, it's on par with their durability. Now, does he have the attack power of King? Probably not. Does he have the healing factor that we suspect King has? No, because he's not a Lunarian. But he's enhanced himself in such a way that it makes you truly think he's not that far in the totem pole from King. He's a benefactor to the Beast Pirates, and I think that he's a better benefactor than anybody on the Beast Pirates currently to date. And I understand why people want to fight Queen now. Like I understand, like instead of fighting King, you want to fight Queen because King seems a little bit impossible to beat, but it's like Queen offers you more when you beat him because he's so versatile. He's so offensively capable. Defensively capable. Like I get that Marco wasn't able to beat him and King and put like Queen down and stuff like that. And credit to Marco. Like
I mean, I don't know if Queen was doing all this in the Marco fight.
Listen.
But
I shouldn't have said credit because Marco sucks. But what I am saying is Queen is such a powerhouse in so many ways that King isn't. And I respect Queen so much more after this chapter. So, it really just depends, man. But listen, to go to the next one, right? We finally found out that Sanji didn't hit the geisha. We see him add up all the evidence, and he now knows Queen used Stealth Black and hit the geisha as soon as Sanji approached her and got close enough to make it seem as if he had done it. How relieved are you to know that he kept his code? And we'll start with Lawrence this time. Yeah.
Well, I was relieved, but also I didn't really expect that he hit her in the first place. Because, there was the whole...
It would have been dark if he did.
It would have. And I didn't think that Oda wouldn't go that route. That's not what I'm trying to say. But it's just like, with Sanji and everything, he was scared of losing himself. But we haven't really seen Sanji really lose himself. You know, like that to out of nowhere just give it one of his major morals is attack a woman now. Like, you know, like a slowly crept up to that, maybe. But we haven't really seen any of that. Then Sanji just do that. To me, I wasn't convinced that he actually did it. Even though evidence kind of showed it also, too, that girl didn't say anything. So I was like, Oda was setting it up when I saw that someone else did it. I wasn't really thinking Queen because I thought Queen was like far away. Mm-hmm. You know, I don't know what happened, but I didn't really expect Sanji. And the fact that Oda clarified it showed that actually was a major thing in the story, especially with Sanji. You know, because not that he should that he destroyed the race suit for no reason. Because for all we know, of it could have actually kept having effects till eventually he would lose himself. You know.
Yeah.
But either way, showing that Sanji is I also like this too because now with him destroying the raid suit too, is like Sanji not relying on another power in a way. It's himself. He's growing with himself, not the raid suit. So that gives more credit to Sanji. That he's not going to use this suit to power him up. No, I'm gonna grow with my own self. So pretty much, so I didn't really believe that he hit the geisha in the first place.
All right. Yeah. What about you, Seb?
I'm torn because obviously I don't want Sanji to hit women.
Yeah, you good, bro?
I'm torn.
You good, yo?
I'm torn, bro. Because
he said I kind of wanted him to hit that girl, bro.
It's not that I wanted him to hit her. It's that I wanted the storyline of the emotionless, like potentially hit a woman Sanji to exist. Like I wanted that.
That would have been dope.
That you know what I'm saying? I wanted that. I didn't. She was basically a sacrifice for that greater purpose of the story that I was looking for. But the fact that it was Queen, I do like that a lot because Queen is basically the antithesis of Sanji. He is a soldier of science that his dad always wanted. He has all the Germa techniques. He's a pervert, but he's willing to abuse women when he doesn't get what he wants in a way Sanji's not. He's like all the things that Sanji isn't. You know what I mean? So him being the one and using the power that Sanji was supposed to have in invisibility to hit the woman, it's just like poetic. Like he really created the anti-Sanji in the fight. So like I like that it was Queen. I do really, 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 really miss that plot line though. Like I wanted that a lot. So that's why I'm torn. Because again, within the scope of of the fight, I love it. But within the scope of what could have been, it's like, damn, bro, we almost had evil Sanji.
It could have been crazy.
It could have been crazy, Lawrence.
That struggle though, but how that would have added to Sanji?
Yo, it's not about.
I don't care about adding to his character.
Sanji got a lot of additions already. We would have had real tension, real Zoro, Sanji. I have to bring myself to kill my crewmate. Like we would have had that.
Yo, I love the dramatic.
Yo, right? Like it was fire, bro.
Like it would have been like we mentioned it before. Like the Straw Hats dealing with an unhinged Sanji overall, like on the ship. Luffy has to deal with that. Zoro has to deal with that. Like, yo, you keep stepping out of line, bro. Like, I gotta handle you eventually. Like, if it got that dark to a certain point, I would have respected it, and I think that it would have brought the show so much more to the Straw Hats. Like, it's already on the Straw Hats, but it would have made, like, you know those moments I always say I love about One Piece where, like, the Straw Hats are just being Straw Hats on the ship. Like, there's nobody... They're not running from anybody. They're like just with each other, bonding. They don't have that no more. Like they have to worry about this guy going AWOL. You've seen the Eternals, right? Or no?
No, not yet.
Oh, my bad. All right, I'm not going to mention it. But overall, there's somebody in the group who goes AWOL, and they always have to control like this person. If not, like she could take everybody out. And it's like you're dealing with that dramatism of like it's just scary at this point because now he's so much more powerful than we actually think. Like, there's some people that literally think Sanji's more powerful than Zoro right now. Like, right now. Yo, Desh thinks that Sanji is more powerful than Zoro right now.
So did Arthur.
Yeah. So it's like,
wild,
so it's like, we gotta deal with, Zoro might struggle against him now.
And here's the thing that Larry's saying, like, this arc hasn't been very Straw Hat centric. It's focused mostly on the Scabbards and Odin. And now the Straw Hats are like stepping into to do what they couldn't do. Like that would turn into a Straw Hat centric arc of the within the arc. Where it's like,
bro,
you know
it
what I
could,
mean?
it could be like 3 episodes. I wouldn't care.
Yeah.
I just want to see the tension of like the women on the crew being scared. You know what I'm saying? Like he might really hit us, and like Frankie's like stepping up, like yo, what's
Bro,
up,
you could get to like Water 7 Luffy versus Usopp levels of dramatic. You know what I mean?
Also,
you could get there.
Hold on. Also,
Could've got
we've
there.
never seen Brooke in a situation like that, where the tension's high of one of the crew members being like that, because he wasn't there for Robin, he wasn't there for Usopp. So now we have all these extra crew members, and like Jinbei now has to step up to the, you know, like he has to puff up his chest too, because he knows Sanji could probably take him out. Like, this would have made a crazy storyline. It would have made a crazy couple episodes. But is it the best route to take for the story? Absolutely not. It's just something I want to see.
Because I was thinking,
It's just something I want to see.
Wouldn't that change the dynamic of the Straw Hats?
No.
As long as he gets cured, you're
Yeah,
good.
like-
As long as he's cured,
yeah.
you're good.
Because I'm thinking, remember?
You can't long term it.
No, you can't.
Can't be
Okay.
chapter 1100.
Because I feel like we already
Yeah.
kind of got that a little bit with Sanji. Because remember how Nami was when Sanji abandoned the crew?
Listen,
Like
but there was no reason for that besides his own doubt of his crew, of his own doubt of his captain. Now we're like, he has no control. Like, it just happens. He blacks out and like attacks people.
I disagree with the point you made, but we don't have time for all that. So,
All right. Anyway, all right. Let's go to the next one. Yo, we really got deep on that one, huh?
yo, it would have been so dope, man.
Yeah.
That would have been my
crazy.
favorite run off a chapter. I was like, there,
Like some
bro.
Young Justice.
And like, what if he like started blacking out and like his eyebrows started swirling?
God, that's a little
Yeah,
much.
that would've been crazy.
Remember what he said? Is it your eyebrows?
Yo,
And
Zoro
his
called
the-
me.
Huh?
Zoro called
And
me.
his eyebrow legit changed?
All right. So after his realization, Sanji seems to go all out and punish Queen for his disgusting act with the geisha. Do you think Queen will get back up? And if so, what does Sanji need to put him down for good? And we'll start with Lawrence.
Okay. So the question is, what does Sanji need to put him down for good?
Yeah,
And
if
do
he
you
gets back
think,
up.
do you think
If he gets back up. Like, do you think he's going to get back up? And if so, will he put him down? Like, what does he need to put him down?
I would want him to get back up. I know I feel it's too early, but I kind of feel like it needs the fight needs more for some reason. You know, I don't know if it's a dramatic ending or I feel like the fight needs more. It needs to be dragged out a little more. So I hope he gets back up, but I believe he should because yeah, he has been fighting for a while and taking a lot, but you are a high-ranking Yonko commander with a Zohan ability and you're enhanced. I believe your strength-wise should get back up. I'm not saying that not knocking Sanji's attacks because counting them, right? Including if you don't include the one that his arm got hit, like just with the last attack, that's 10. I counted 10.
Yeah.
Right? 10 like named attacks as well. If you count total plus the one when he kicked off his arm, and the one right before this, I think it's like 12 total just on this page. You know, I mean, all right, this chapter. And then if you get all those throughout, it's a lot. But I want him to get up, and what Sanji needs to fully take him down. I just think honestly, continue doing what he's doing. Just like for pretty much what the Zohans, because Sanji's looking, he has a decent amount of power, but it's like with Zohans, you got
Does he? No, I'm joking. Keep going.
it's more like it's like a consistent thing because it's rare, very very rare where you're gonna like take down Zohans with one attack or two. Usually you kind of overwhelm them. For example, Luffy versus Rob Lucci. The last attack was overwhelmingly like Luffy kind of like nonstop to his limit, right? So like you kind of got to overwhelm them. Hitting them with like 10 attacks, it's strong attacks, but was this enough to overwhelm a Zohan ability to knock him down for good? So I kind of feel like he has to overwhelm them with powerful attacks.
Or that singular attack has to be next level. Like
Yes.
Big Mom, or even on a lower level, Ashura was for Kaku, and the original Diable Jambe was for Diablo. But I get that. I get that. For me, I really, really, really hope Queen gets up for a bunch of reasons. One, he still hasn't lived up to his name as Queen the Plague in this fight. You know what I mean? Like, his epithet is Queen the Plague, so I assume he's going to have some sort of like manipulation of the battlefield or some sort of like gas or something that's gonna be related to like technological warfare that isn't Judge's stuff. Because that's the other part. Like, Queen is supposed to be this mad scientist and genius and everything, but like if he's just incorporating an amalgamation of Judge's techniques into his own techniques, is that really your ultimate move? Like, you're just using somebody else's stuff. Like, if he wants to be looked at as a better like scientist, he should have his own finishing move of like science-based warfare that he can use. And like that goes into the whole like Sanji typically has to deal with like an added level of like underhandedness in his fights. Like they're never really straight up one-on-one just duking it out kind of fights. Like somebody tries to trick him, somebody uses something like Mr. Two was switching to Nami's face. You know what I mean? Like there's always some added level of like thing. And normally that's in direct like counter to like the fact that they weren't able to keep up with Sanji physically.
Yeah.
Right? So like Queen, we're seeing that now. That like physically he can't keep up to Sanji. So if it plays the way most Sanji fights play, we should be seeing him tap into that next thing where it's okay, I'm gonna do something that makes it handicap Sanji in some way. And then Sanji's gonna have to overcome that and then go back to hand, like the actual combat and win in the end. So to answer the other part of your question, I think Sanji has enough to put Queen down. Like I think Ifrit Janbei is enough physically, like it's enough attack power. I just think there's gonna be an added level of like difficulty that he's gonna have to face to overcome it and beat Queen in the end. Cause like what you're saying, like this is a lot. Like this is similar to the Kurobi fight where like he landed basically the same like techniques in a row on him. And it's like that fight was over. But like Queen is supposed to be Queen. You know what I mean? So like I expect more. And in general, man, like you 2nd Division commander, bro, I need more than that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So for me, I hope Queen gets back up. And the reason why I think he should get back up is because, like you said, he's a 2nd commander to one of probably the strongest crews in the entirety of the show, right? But it's not only that. It's like you're an ancient Zoan. Like, I think the worst example that we've received for the ancient Zoans was Sasaki losing to Frankie the way he did and not getting back up. And it kind of drives me crazy to think that Queen won't get back up. Because in my mind, I go, okay, Sanji's doing all that he's doing right now. Does Sanji hit as hard as Marco when Marco was fighting King and Queen? Does he have that attack power? And you know me, I don't think Marco could hit hard at all. But it's like he was hitting hard enough to make them bleed, and they still got back up. He was fighting Queen one-on-one for a little bit, and King still got back up. So it's like, does Sanji hit as hard as Marco? Because we rank Marco kind of high. When on our 100 to 1 list, we rated Marco an 88. And then Katakuri was an 88. And above him was Shiryu. And then Ben Beckham was 90. So I'm like, yo, is Sanji able to hurt people as much as Katakuri was able to hurt Luffy? And it's like, I don't know. I don't think he has that attack power just yet. Like, he's using flames. And I get it. He's more durable. He's he could hit way harder now because he's more durable. He could put more attack power into his moves. But he's not using armament hockey to a real level, which I think you need to use in order to damage these zones. But since we got that Sasaki fight, it's like anything can happen. Where King is in order to hurt King at this point, you need Advanced Conqueror's coding. And it's like, I think you kind of need advanced armament in order to get through to Queen. Because that just makes sense. Like, it's one level under what King should be getting hurt by. But Sanji's not using that. So it makes me confused. It's like, okay, so does Sanji, does hockey really matter in his case? It starts to bring that up to question in my mind. And it starts to give relevance to, Garp. And how Garp probably doesn't need, Conqueror's hockey in order to do the things that he did in order to compete with, the top 10, top 5. So, I don't know, man. I want to see him get back up because I still want to see if ancient Zoans have awakenings. Awakenings. I need to know if awakenings are possible at this point because we haven't seen any from Zoan post-time skip.
Yeah.
I need to know. If Kaido doesn't do it, then they just don't awaken post time skip. Like nobody else is gonna be doing this.
Kaido doesn't do it. We gotta drop him down a level.
Yeah, we're gonna have to drop them. We're gonna have to. That's the thing too. Like we're gonna have to drop all of these guys on the list because they can't do awakenings. And like, I don't know, it just confuses me a bit. Like it confuses me. Like Sanji confuses me because at this point he's not Garp. He's just like his own category now, where he doesn't need to use hockey. And that kind of like...
Well, he added hockey to this, but it's you're right. He's not using any advanced hockey. Unless the flames being hotter is that. I don't know if it is. I don't think it is. But yeah, I agree with you.
He's definitely using a stronger version of Diable Jambe, for sure. Like, that's practical, but I don't know, man.
It's also crazy fast. He's not visible to the naked eye anymore.
Well, he was doing good against Oven. He was fast as hell against Oven. So so you know what brings up this question for me is, okay, so Sanji puts on the suit. He gains the abilities. He's much stronger. If he was to put on the suit again right now, what does that mean? Like, is he still able to do like Ifrit Jambe and like all like does he get faster? Does he get stronger? Like what's his limit?
He would be faster, stronger, and more durable.
Do you think with the suit on he's stronger than Zoro? That is crazy. That is such a crazy thing to think about.
Well, I'm trying to think. Well, obviously because it wasn't to Sanji's full potential.
Oh my God! Now I know why he destroyed it. Because Oda will never allow him to.
I was gonna bring up because even with the suit, granted, it wasn't to the level we see in Sanji now, but Sanji got tossed by King in the suit.
That's true.
Like he was like shut down, you know, where Sanji was like out. You know, like a King knocked him out. So
was he knocked out?
Yeah.
Yeah, he was knocked out, bro.
Yeah.
It said that he was gonna die if like he didn't dodge a little bit. That plot was strong.
Because Sanji was laying there for a good minute.
He was fine. The next chapter.
He said it himself, like this is gonna tear through my stomach.
Yeah.
But it didn't.
Yeah, but like also he was knocked out, and then eventually when Sanji got up, he was just like, I forgot what he said.
That's in the past. It's Sanji's season.
All right.
You were saying, my bad.
No, yeah. And so I was gonna bring out that, and I just want to add. Also, I want to see them all go all out. I'm talking about the top three. I feel like we haven't seen that yet from Kaido, from King, or Queen.
That's the thing too. They don't look like they've been taking anything seriously.
Exactly.
Like King himself had to bring himself down to Zoro's level in order to just like make it interesting. And like Queen has taken so much damage that even right now, when he saw Sanji like disappear from his speed, and he was like, "Yo, eventually you're gonna run out of stamina." And I'm invisible. It was like that woman was more important than the fight.
Yeah.
So it's already like in his mind, like, I'm not really taking you seriously still. So it's like, if he doesn't get back up, I swear to God, yo,
he's an idiot.
I'm dropping One Piece. We're going to cancel the show. Marv's going to just do whatever. Like,
guys,
I'm done,
Larry's not going to drop the show.
Listen, bro, I'm done.
Because Queen doesn't get up.
I'm done,
Also,
bro.
I believe that Who's Who was getting up, and he didn't. So there's a part of me...
Yo, Who's Who too? I forgot.
There's a part of me...
How hyped was he?
I kind of believe he might have been knocked out because... I mean, he should have been. Yeah, he shouldn't have been. But there's a lot.
Jimmy just hit harder than I
real
thought.
Talk. when y'all said Who's Who, I should have been like, who? Because at this point, that's what he is. It's like, who are you talking about?
Yeah.
Live up to your name, Queen.
All right, so for the chapter, because we have like 3 questions. I wanted to get to one fan's question. What did you think of the chapter? 1 to 10. Start with Sebastian.
I'm gonna go 9. It would have been a 10. I'm really torn. I'm really heartbroken about that emotionless Sanji like plot line. Other than that, I really liked it. I mean, the choreography could have been a little better on the fight. I did even like that they brought the geisha in because like they're in the pleasure hall. They're both perverts. Like I actually like that. The anti-Sanji part of it, their Queen's hitting women. Like I liked all that. That was all good. The mouse thing was kind of weird, but then I remember that there was actually a mouse too in like Sanji's flashback with his mom. Like that kind of brought me back to that.
Oh snap!
Yeah, I
didn't even realize that.
It's just a lot of subtle stuff. And again, I really, really liked Queen sneaking up on this girl, but he's so fat that he's creaking the floor. When I tell you, like, I didn't realize it the first time, but when I read it the second time, I was like, yo, oh my God, this is hilarious. Because I was like, yo, how did Sanji see him? And I'm like, oh, he's just hearing the creaks. Like, he's just super fat walking. Like, he's just walking and tiptoeing up to her to hit her. And it's funny. But Also, Ifrit Jambe, bro. Sanji out here. Sanji season.
All right, bro. We're
9.
done. Eula.
I really like the chapter 2. Just a quick question. Did we see this before? Because he did double flames in both legs. That's
Yeah,
not
we've
new.
seen that before.
That's not new, right?
We've seen that before, yeah.
I feel like it's the first time seeing it. I'm trying to recall another time he did it. I couldn't remember. But I was like, okay, have we seen
You
it?
think Sanji's feet be stinking when he do that?
He showers like the most out of everyone, right? Or whatever.
No, the girls.
It's the girls and him. Yeah, they shower the same amount.
But apparently he smells like, what was it, cigarettes and fish?
Cigarettes and fish.
That
He
is
stank.
disgusting.
That is
That is
disgusting.
nasty.
I mean,
All
he's
right,
a
what's
chef.
your, what's your
Okay.
rating, bro? We're talking about what he smells like.
You break up his feet. I think I'm gonna rate it the same way I rated it last chapter? 8.5?
8.5?
Yeah.
Okay. For me, I like cool Sanji. I will always like cool Sanji. The only other Sanji I don't like is when he's not cool. When he's annoying, when he's a detriment to and a hindrance to the entirety of the crew. I think he's terrible. I think he's third worst Straw Hat in the game. It goes Usopp for me, Monster Chopper, and then it goes post time skip Sanji. And realistically,
I guess you mean post time skip.
yeah,
Monster Chopper.
post time
Okay.
skip
Yeah.
Monster
Like, he can
Sanji.
control it.
Yeah, man. So I really like this chapter. I'm gonna give it a 9.3 because I know that's a really high
It
number.
was a Sanji chapter and Larry rated it the highest. This is a new record.
Listen,
new
man,
record.
he was doing a lot of things I approve of, and I love the fact that he doesn't hit women. You know, that's a big thing for me as a person. Like, I don't hit women. I'll never hit women, and the fact that like he doesn't hit women, like I appreciate it, and I think that just him overall not doing it when he thought he did it and he was tearing himself up about it, I respected that about him. It was way better than the whole suit changing my body and brother thing. I thought that was a better reason to break his character. But then you find out that it wasn't him and he got extremely heated, no pun intended, and ended up kind of beating on him in anger because he was more angry at the fact that he hit the woman and made him think he hit the woman. And it's like, I agree, like I would have liked to see that whole moment between Sanji and the Straw Hats dealing with him, but I think it's a better payoff and you feel better as a reader of, you know, this material and saying like, okay, like I accept this way more.
Yeah.
It's not as toxic, you know what I'm saying? Like sometimes you like to be toxic.
I'm like pretty much not like, cause I know some people could probably, like you talk about sacrificing the hindrance to the crew.
Yeah.
Because in a way, Sanji destroyed a power up because of his stance of this potentially even making him lose that where he would hit women.
Yeah.
You know?
All right, so let me ask you this. Do you think this is the final arc of Sanji's arc? Like, is this the final thing for Sanji? Because it's been his arc since Zo to Wano right now.
It's probably
Do
even
you think
past
it's the
that,
final?
bro. It's probably like all the way back to like Whole Cake level with like not Whole Cake from like Fishman Island with his old like perverted
the
stuff
blood thing?
and the blood thing. Yeah, it's all been downhill as far as like the likability of his character like since post time skip. And like if you're saying for that, like will he stop having those moments? Then like
No, not having those moments, but just overall, like his character won't be as important. You know what I'm saying? Like his character will still be important, but like we don't
get
have
you.
to worry about him anymore.
yeah.
Like you know what I'm saying?
In regards to the Germa stuff, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Anyway, I just wanted to give a shout out to everybody that's in the live chat. There's like 15 people, which is crazy. A lot of them are talking amongst each other. I like to see that. I like conversations and discussions. I actually have one of the people that's in the live chat. He actually asked us if we can talk about a theory of his. So you guys want to hear it? Mm-hmm. All right. So his name is Oz D. Phenom. He gave us one of the greatest compliments by watching all of our videos in a short amount of days, which is crazy. He also says it should be longer.
That's what she said.
He wants us to give an opinion on it. Yo, why you gotta be so immature, bro? I'm telling you, you're a girl, bro.
Yes, dude.
All right. He says, basically, it's about the OP fruit. He says, I believe the OP fruit had the immortality surgery was a mistranslation. It was actually the perennial youth surgery. Just makes the user sacrifice his existing life energy to whoever they choose to save, which is why the Celestial would make the slave eat and sacrifice themselves over and over. My theory, it was lost sometime when Fisher Tiger did his thing and many slaves escaped. What do you think? Whoever can go first, you can go first. Like, it doesn't matter.
I'm just trying to do like the timeline because when Fisher Tiger did what he did, that was what, like 20 years ago or so?
I don't know. When did Fisher? I mean, it was whenever.
Because Law's thing is like 13 years ago. So like the fruit, yeah. So it lines up as far as the fruit being lost for like X amount of years. As far as slaves, so he's saying they would give it to slaves and have them use it on them, withdrawing whatever life energy that they had remaining to give basically the number of years they had left onto this person, and then have another slave eat it and do. I mean, that's deep. That's kind of crazy. I like it. What I don't like about it is I can't see them having a fruit that valuable and ever giving it to somebody that could go like, say you give it to the wrong slave, you know what I mean, and that slave just goes apeshit, and it's like, yo, like, nah, it's too strong a fruit, like it's too much, you know what I mean? Like, that's the only. I like the thought process, and I like that they would use it that way.
Yeah.
But like, you can't risk it with the open to me, bro. It's too many things it could do. Yeah. It's too much. It's too much.
What about you, Law? What do you think?
I'm trying to compare it to what Doflamingo said when he was talking about it.
What did he say?
All right, because he was talking about how the secret of the fruit and the purpose of it and everything, and how he was saying pretty much why he didn't want Law to eat it. He wanted someone else to eat it, right?
Virgo.
Yeah, Virgo. He wanted Virgo to eat it.
He didn't say that, but I assume it was Virgo. Virgo's the only one who didn't have a devil fruit. My bad.
Yeah. So we all concluded, I guess, it would be Virgo, his most trusted advisor or whatever. And I'm thinking, why did Doflamingo say it was like it would give someone eternal life? You know, like switching their life for that person. You know, like why did he say that? And also too, was there any proof that the Celestial Dragons had this before? You know, because the way they probably heard about it, like, because apparently, like, Blackbeard's able to find out about these roots. I don't know. There's a book on these abilities, like where they get this information from. Like maybe someone's seeing someone with it and recording like what they're doing. I don't know, but like they have at least there's somewhat of a record of the fruits. You know, so I'm trying to think matching up to like that theory to make it make sense with Doflamingo. We know what Doflamingo said, right? Because like Sebastian said, just giving it to slave after slave. Because that means. If they're giving up their life, that means once the person dies, the fruit is gone.
Yeah.
So how are you able to get it again to recreate that process of giving your life to someone else? You know?
Yeah.
So pretty much, I'm trying to like wrap my head around that. But giving it to someone else, it would make sense. For example, like I don't want to play the card again, but Eam. What if he was the first person to have it? Why he's still alive? Because also too, even if he was silhouetted, he kind of looked the youngest out of all the girls.
Come on, bro. He was all black.
Yeah,
what are you talking about? You ain't seen one wrinkle.
I know,
you
but
don't know
he
his skin color.
Yeah,
Come on, bro.
He's black. No,
It's funny that the theory itself is reminiscent of my erection plan theory with Bonnie. I told you this.
Blue Chew?
You got to change the name.
Listen, bro. All right. So put it this way. It's an interesting theory. It does add something more to the story. And it makes them more evil than we actually think, which is always better. But this is what I always say. When these devil fruits are considered super valuable or super important and people make it seem like they're like the government is having these fruits on watch, I always say, okay, so why wouldn't they use one of their strongest people in order to guard this fruit to bring it back? Because they know that people are going to eat this fruit. You need somebody trustworthy.
What you mean? Who's not enough?
No. Absolutely not. Lucci wasn't enough. Like, these guys aren't enough. And I get you're going to spread yourself out thin if you try to search for this fruit no matter what. But since these fruits do pop up randomly, you're not always going to find the person who ate it because they could be hiding their ability. Or it might just go to, like, Doflamingo and he just has it because it appeared in a bowl that he was about to eat fruits with. So it's like, we don't know.
You know what's interesting? I just thought
Like
about
if the
it.
government has to make more of these fruits important, like the Gomu Gomu no Mi has to be more important than what they were doing. You know what I'm saying? There should have been somebody high ranked on that ship that we would have known of, but there wasn't.
So you're saying they should just give the admirals these devil fruits and just like put it in your pocket and
Listen,
because
man.
you ain't gonna lose.
Listen,
nobody's
so
testing
put it
you.
this way. So put it this way: if Joy Boy had the Gomi Gomi no Mi and we knew what he did, then he's important.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? If the Opi Opi no Mi, Im knows about it and knows what it can do because it did it for him, he would put more importance on it. But they don't. So we can't consider these fruits important. They're just randomized fruits. But my bad for cutting you off. Go.
No. You're finishing your point, and that's a good point too, because you think about the world government's always. We talked before. They're always trying to harness power. They're always trying to gain power because they're trying to stay on top of the world. They're trying to control the world, and like you said, like you talk about walking nukes because their ability, like people, they have such power. The fruits are kind of the essence of giving part of that power to these walking powerhouses. Right, so hoarding all the abilities would be smart because then you could have your scientists like Vegapunk break them down and select them, like how he's able to somehow make a copy of Kaido's fruit. You could multiply multiple fruits and then give them to your capable or trusted Marine officers or world government officials. You know,
That too.
You're,
Like if
you're like
Vegapunk just
big brain thinking now.
yeah, like if Vegapunk just automatically just started copying the Opi Opi fruit, but we know he's not going to do that.
Yeah.
Just because we already assumed like he considered the perfect replica a failure.
Yeah. So what I was bringing up is, but it's interesting that we have one person in the show that where a fruit like that was used and died, but he's able to find two. Doflamingo, he's able to find the Opi Opi fruit and the flame fruit.
Well, that comes with being Joker, like being the most powerful man in the underworld. If information is out there,
Like
I'm gonna get it.
Sebastian says, mini Yonko.
But yeah, it's like
Yeah.
Peekum said it. Like knowledge is power. Information is power. So Doflamingo being who he is, like, oh, the Ope Ope name came up. Like I'm going to hear about it before anybody because I'm Joker. I am the most influential broker in the world, and people probably know this is what I'm looking for. So like when it comes up, I'm the first person they hit up because they know I'll either pay for
They'll
it.
be like, you're.
Yo, yeah, it's like, yo, I'm hitting Doflamingo up. I know Ope Ope here. What? It's on.
Well, did he have that
And-
already? Because the
I don't
flame
know if he
already-
had it yet, but he was building his empire then.
Yeah.
He was building something. He was coming up in the world. Suru was still chasing him. And then with the Mara no Mi, that could be as simple as them dudes was just having a dinner after Marine Ford. It was like,
Trouble was like, what the?
you know what I mean?
Are
Like,
you eating that?
I don't know how he got the Mara no Mi. It could be the same thing, where like Virgo found it and gave it to him.
Because the reason I was thinking that too, because like what you said, what if because he was a celestial dragon, he knows the tricks of how to find these fruits.
See, then,
That-
now,
listen.
then hold on, because that gets too ridiculous. Because now you're saying
Listen.
like there's a devil fruit
Radar.
Radar. like a Dragon Ball radar. Like you could just find these devil fruits because they have a certain like vibration.
Yo,
I don't
Blackbeard
know.
gonna be like, they had that the whole time.
And I was waiting 20 years. Jesus. All right, so let me ask
That's a
you
good
this,
theory though.
Lawrence.
I like that.
Yeah, it was a pretty good theory. Shout out to Oz, man. I want to ask you this question because me and Sebastian was going to Aaron's house and we were just going to just like hang out for a little bit, watch football and stuff. And we argued the whole time going there about who is the greater pirate? Who's a greater pirate? Is it Blackbeard or is it Luffy? And I wanted to hear your thoughts.
Like right now.
A greater pirate.
Yeah.
A greater pirate.
So I'm guessing what a pirate is in the One Piece world.
Yeah, bro, I guess. Like,
However you
We're
define
talking about One Piece.
greatness within the scope of One Piece.
what is your?
I'm serious. I feel like I know which
Can
way
you
he's gonna
relax
lean.
and let him answer?
Fine.
Honestly, from what we've seen, especially since someone took like a 2-year break, we would have to say Blackbeard.
Thank you, Lawrence. Told you.
Because
Told you.
I thought you were better than that.
Told you.
I
you
thought
gotta
you
think
were
about it,
better
right?
than that.
We
What are
gotta
you talking about,
we gotta
Lawrence?
think about it, right? Like,
Make me think about it, bro.
so we're talking about what
Because it sounds like slow thinking.
no, because we think about what a pirate is and what Blackbeard's doing, right?
Yeah.
Yes, we know like they talk about like even though we don't have much information out the whole Peacemain pirate and what a pirate is, whatever, right? Luffy has done a lot, but then again, he's also still viewed as all right. It's still too early for your time. Blackbeard still, in a way, cemented himself as the top already. You know, in a short amount of time, probably even in, not gonna say shorter than Luffy, but as his becoming a captain, around that time he did it already. You know, Like, yeah, he was waiting on Whitebeard ship for 20 years, but he honed himself throughout those 20 years to, as soon as he was ready to take the stage, he was shortly there to get to the Yonko stage already. The Yonko influence, the Yonko class, all of that, right? And then even, like, where was it? They talked about how, and then fighting the rest of the Whitebeard pirates, he showed that, all right, you guys can't stop me. So they all band together fighting him. He knocked them all down. You know? So if anyone wanted to take his ranking, no one so far for these two, whatever he got it, no one has done it yet. Took in his spot. So he's cementing himself here that, yeah, I'm here. Right? And no one could take my title. I earned my spot as a Yonko, and no one took it. Has all this time because they said, try and protect it. Take it away from me. People are always interchanging and stuff like that. They had a whole theory. Not only Blackbeard won that spot, but he's keeping it here. And even though that Luffy saying it, Luffy said, Blackbeard said, it's too early for you, Luffy. You know? He's able to judge Luffy's strength, right? Yes, Luffy's doing a lot, but we see how much Luffy's struggling. I'm not saying that we don't know if Blackbeard obviously fought against him, but either way, he got it. Kaido didn't step to him, you know? Pretty much, he took his own, because, like, why wouldn't Kaido go after Whitebeard's stuff?
He might have got some territories.
Now you see you have me, and then you just start wilding out, and like I don't respect that, and I could use that same logic against you, right? Okay. You're saying that because he had it so easy, that he's able to take things so easily, and just it's because Whitebeard's luck happens to be in effect, and then he capitalizes on that luck. Where I could say, all right, so Luffy had it harder. Luffy had to do things the harder way. He had to literally shoot a flag down at Enies Lobby and say, I'm going to war with the world government. Like, Blackbeard didn't do that. You know what I'm saying? Like, Luffy broke out of Impel Down. We not giving him credit for breaking out of Impel Down when somebody snuck into Impel Down because of his acts? It sounds like Blackbeard following to me. All right?
Oh, my God.
So you better stop disrespecting the
But
boy.
also,
you know what I'm saying?
If you want to go that same Impel Down thing, yes, pretty much they both snuck in there, right? He used his Shichibukai.
No. Hold on. I'm going to go after you again. Yo, if Whitebeard wasn't on his deathbed like the way he was, and Blackbeard didn't capture his devil fruit, would he still be a Yonko?
Would Blackbeard still be a Yonko if he doesn't?
No.
If he without Whitebeard?
No,
Without
right?
Whitebeard?
No,
Without
right?
Whitebeard?
No, but if
Exactly.
was a fit, we'd all be drunk, Larry.
Whoa,
That's
drunk,
not
Larry.
what happened.
No, we're not doing that.
That's
I'm
not-
asking you a question.
What do you mean?
I'm asking you a question, and you said no. So like,
he said no.
If we still put Luffy and Blackbeard together, Luffy has way more accomplishments, and I get it. He's not grimy. Pirates in real life are grimy people. They backstab, they make deals, they do whatever they need to do in order to succeed in life, and they're full of greed, right? And Luffy's not. But Luffy has the necessarily, like, you know, under his belt, he has all those things. He's done more than that.
Larry,
He's been through the mud.
He has.
And Blackbeard hasn't.
I'm not knocking that.
This dude camouflaged
hold on.
himself on a ship
Hold
because
on.
he ain't want beef
Hold
with
on.
people.
That's
You
not
can't
So
say
we out
Blackbeard
here
hasn't been
giving
through it.
him that.
But I'll say this: you're not valuing the greatness of being a Yonko, and like what I'm saying, not getting that title taken from you.
Tell me
he's
what-
been able
hold
to
on,
be
hold
a
on,
Yonko
hold on,
for
hold on,
over
hold
a
on.
year, and Kaido,
Hold on,
Big
hold
Mom,
on.
Shanks have been able to do nothing to stop him.
Tell me what has Blackbeard done to really be a better pirate than Luffy?
He ate 2 devil fruits. He has 5 level 6 prisoners on his crew.
Cool.
He killed a Yonko.
No, he didn't.
Yes, he did.
No, he didn't.
Killed. Listen,
We all know-
Akainu
hold on.
killed
We all
Whitebeard,
know Akainu
but he
killed Whitebeard.
Whitebeard.
Alright.
Physically, Blackbeard killed Whitebeard, and he orchestrated the entire war himself.
Y'all bugging.
Luffy
Y'all really
reactionary to
disrespecting
stuff.
Luffy like this, and it makes me uncomfortable. Because y'all
Listen,
bugging. Like, you really think that Blackbeard's a better pirate, bro? Like, that's your final answer?
he's greader than him as of now.
He's greater than him.
Pretty much, he has more time in the thing.
All right,
It's
yo,
time-wise.
we're gonna end a minute early, bro. Because I can't take these
Put
guys,
the
man.
poll
What
up.
you-
Put the poll
Nah,
up.
bro.
Put it up.
Nah, bro.
Blackbeard not getting one shot at by Kaido. That's what I'm saying.
And it will change. It will change. But as of right now, the hierarchy, Blackbeard has it.
Thank you.
Blackbeard's the one that has the more shine in the greater piracies.
Did he earn it?
Yeah.
He earned it too.
No, he
It
didn't.
wasn't, no, 'cause
No,
also
he
too,
didn't.
I'm gonna say
He
one
did not
thing.
earn it.
Yeah, because we know
He did not
it
earn
was
it.
only Marco going after all of Whitebeard's territory. There was
Thank
other
you.
pirates as well. Blackbeard beat all those other pirates out.
Cool.
All of them.
Cool, bro. That's cool. Who are they? They got any
Brown
names?
beard?
They got any notoriety?
Yo, we got in the show, bro.
Yo, what's their belly, bro?
So that's
You
that's
can't name one person.
That's the same. That's
You're a
right.
hater.
That's the
You're a
same
hater.
argument.
That's right.
Why kid?
This is why I hate Marco, because he let that
He's
shit
trying
happen.
to tell me Luffy
All right,
in
we
6
gotta
months
go.
is
We
greater
gotta
than
go.
Blackbeard's
We gotta
entire
go.
pirate
We
journey.
gotta go.
What are you talking about?
All right. Anyway, to everybody that's watching us, I do want to say thank you for joining us on our episode 26. Please like, share, comment, tell us your thoughts about these guys being wrong, and yeah, see us next episode. Thank you, Jana.
Jana.